Good morning, Nelda. Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. Good morning, Darlene. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great today. I think about you a lot. I sure do. And I'm glad to see you here. I've missed y'all. I don't think I got to have a live last week. Good morning, everybody that's come in, and thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Good morning, Jane. Thank you so much. Darlene, yep, I know it is. No, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say I know what it is because I don't. I've never had that to face. Good morning, Aiden. Aiden, I hope I'm saying that right. I don't believe I've ever met you before. Good morning, Rambling Rose. I'm doing good today. How are you? It's only 81 degrees here. And so right now, of course, it's early in the day, but right now it's kind of nice. I've been out and I fed all my kitties this morning. Okay, Aiden, good. Well, welcome. Welcome to our live chat we have every Saturday morning. Well, sometimes we don't. Sometimes I don't make it. That's such is life, isn't it? So, y'all, I got a lot planned this afternoon. Um, as I was saying, I went out and fed the cats this morning. I feed them on the porch. I feed them on the front porch, the back patio. Oh my gosh, Rambling Rose. No, Darlene, I did not. I did not. Well, it's only 10 o'clock. It's going to be in the 90s or high 90s. Hi, Joy. Good morning. Ron didn't have any damage either, but a lot of places did, and the whole town lost power. And some people, believe it or not, are still without power. I feel so sorry for them. I know what that's like for sure. That happened to me too several years ago. So everything in the freezer and everything in the refrigerator had to be thrown away because there was no power. And unfortunately, a lot of people had damage. They had trees that fell on their homes. I am so pleased that I had that tree next door cut down when I did because it had limbs hanging over that house. And LA, good morning. I can't believe you got here. So good to see you again. I hope your computer or whatever you're using, I hope it's working out for you now and you can join us more often if you want to. That would be great. So, y'all, I've got some kitty cats missing. Mama Ma, who was the original feral and the mother to all my kitties out there, has been gone for over 2 weeks. She's never been gone that long. She has been gone a week before, but never 2 weeks. And my little Moki Mo, who formerly was Smoky, the gray and white one with hair that's like satin. Good morning, Annette. Well, I'm glad you were able to get here. Thank you so much. Um, and so Moki Mo, it's been over a week, and she is such a sweet baby. She walks ahead of you and lays down on her side so you can pet her. Hi, Faithy. Good morning. Oh, yeah, well, it's good to see you. Leonora, good morning, dear. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see all of y'all. Thank you for coming. So I don't have much hope that Mama Ma's going to come back at this time because 2 weeks being gone, that's just too long. And I worry about Moki Mo because I don't know how to put, Chris, good morning to you. Thank you for coming. I don't know how to put this. She was slower than all the other cats. She acted like she didn't know which way was up half the time. Good morning, Connie. Good to see you. Well, I do too, Rose. I hope they do. And thank you, Leonora. But I kind of doubt it. So now I have Ginger out there, LG, little Georgie, and good morning, Grace. Well, I'm glad you came in. Yeah, Annette, I'm sad. Um, I have Mr. Biggie out there, the mean one, y'all. He's. I kind of think he may be the reason why my kitties aren't here because he runs them off. He fights with them. He's not nice to them. When they come up to eat, I have to honestly stand there by them, stand by their food bowl, or he will run them off. And I don't like that at all. And then I still have um, Miss Callie out front, and then Mama Sita out front, and then another Mr. Big is what I call him. And he's a sweet baby. He's afraid of me right now, but he's getting used to me. Ah, I see. Monday to Friday. Thank you, Faithy. Appreciate you. Um, well, I don't know, Connie. I hope so. Well, you are busy, Faithy. Y'all are busy. Busy bees. I've been busy this week too. I worked some next door. I've got more going, more things falling into place now. Finally. Oh my gosh, Leonora, bless your heart. Ooh, I don't think I could handle that. Thank you, LA. I'm glad too. Usually I have something happen, like a tree fall or a limb fall, and storms around here are pretty much taking care of all the rogue trees that want to fall on my house or fall on Brian's house too. He had uprooted trees about 3 years ago. Huge root balls just ripped out of the ground. So that was a bad storm. There were confirmed 9 tornadoes, 9 of them, and 2 of them touched down in my area. So it was a pretty scary night, y'all. It sure was. And my little Toolie scared to death. She just wants me to hold her the whole time. I am, Leonora. I'm getting there. I painted the dining room a couple of days ago, and all I have is a little bit of trim to finish up on that room, and it will be done except for the floors. The floors are the last thing I'm going to do. Good morning, Peggy. It's good to see you. Because I don't want to tramp back and forth and spill paint and all that stuff on my floors once I get them finished. So the next room, I'm watching Thule, so what she's going. The next room I have to tackle is the bathroom. LA, it is finished except for yard cleanup, and unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Thank you, Peggy. There's some stobs, I call them stobs, sticking up out of the ground about that much. Well, it can't be mowed. Hi, Betty. Thank you so much. And welcome. I'm glad you're here. But I don't know what I'm going to do about them because I can't cut them down. I'm thinking about investing one of those little handheld chainsaws. They're not super strong and they won't cut down a big tree, but they will cut branches out around about this size. And I'm thinking about investing in that because I need them. Hi, Annette. I bet it is, Leonora. Sometimes Texas living is hard too. I suppose it's hard living all over the place with different things that they have to put up with. At least we don't have, I don't know, earthquakes here. Oh, in my yard? Yes, I do. Oh, I've got to show y'all something, but I can't do it today. Dadgummit. I got to make a video for next week because something new has happened here. I'll leave you in suspense because I'm real excited about it. Speaking of outside, LA was speaking of the outside, and it made me think about it. So that's coming up this week. Hopefully I'll get to it. Yes. Did you, Peggy? Jawsaw. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to get. Humidity is rough for me too. It gets very, very humid here, Annette. It's like when you walk out the door, that hot air just hits you in the face. Hi, Cheryl. I'm glad you made it today. That heat just hits you in the face and you immediately sweat. And I know they say ladies don't sweat, they glow. Well, then I'm not a lady because I sweat like a pig when I go outside, when I get hot, and that heat is just horrible. So we all have to stay in the house. Thank goodness for air conditioning. Who invented the air conditioner, y'all? I have no idea. Kudos to him, whoever did it. Okay, Leonora, thank you for coming in. You have a good day. Oh my gosh, LA. Thank you, Darlene. Please do. Well, well, I couldn't live without air conditioning. Okay, Cheryl. I kind of knew what you meant. So this afternoon, I have a lady coming here to cut Tully's nails, and then she's going to go down to Brian's. So about once a month, she's going to start coming. Hi, Diane. Oh my gosh, girl. I need to mow. I got to finish the story before I start on another one. Y'all know how I do. But let me get the mowing out. Okay, my mower. Cody's daddy, he is in West Texas this week helping his uh, um, brother build a house. So he's not able to mow. I hope he's back next week. I don't know, but he didn't get my yard mowed this week. He couldn't. He wasn't here. So I don't know if I'm going to need to mow or not. But I'm sure not going to mow. Maybe in the morning if I mow in the morning because it would be very, very much cooler than it is now. Anyway, she's going to cut my Tully's nails, and then she's going to go down Brian's and cut his dog's nails. And she's going to do that about every couple of months now, and Brian's funding it. So, yay, Brian. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell y'all. For one thing, y'all remember the last live? It went along just fine for a while, and then all of a sudden, my light started flickering. And I went back and watched that live, and that was an absolute disaster. Yeah, Faithy. Well, light rain is great. Yeah, we got super heavy rain. Some places got 5 inch, over 5 inches of rain, and I was thankful for the rain because truly we needed it. But there's a space out there in my yard. It's where they had the burn pile back there. He scooped it up with that trailer. I mean, with that uh, tractor, with a tractor, and he scooped too much. It scooped way too much, and so now there's a low place. And I was looking out there when it was raining and storming so bad it looked like I had a pond. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I can't fix that. I can't fix it. And that brings back to where I was telling you about the yard over there in the back. It's got those big old stobs sticking up, and that's why I think I want to get that it saw. See if I can fix it maybe with the saw because I can't mow it, and Cody's daddy can't mow it. I'm gonna sneeze. Whew, goodness. So I am almost over my coughing. I get up in the morning and I have a good coughing spell. Oh, LA. Oh, I love musicals. I would love to see that. I'm sorry, I seem to have something on my tongue. I'm good. Thank you. Well, this is sickening. Sitting there watching me pick something off my tongue and I can't even find it. You know how irritating that is, though? Connie, if I have to hire anybody else to do anything, I think I might just lay down and give up. Yeah, I could, but they're little bitty around. And if I had that little chainsaw, good morning, Becky. If I had that little chainsaw, I think I could handle it myself. I don't know what the heck's wrong with me. Yes, pricey. Sure is because there's a lot of them. And they charge by the how many there are. And maybe if I drink something. Something's on my tongue, y'all. I can't get it off. Oh gosh. Well, Darlene, I don't know how they stand. The people in that office can stand it in there. Like they don't already have enough they have to go through, but now they have to sit in the heat waiting for the doctor. I know, LA, I'm glad you enjoyed that. No Jackie today. I just realized it. No Jackie. Where is that girl? I haven't heard anything from her in a couple of days, I think. Good, Darlene. Yes. I've done that before, Diane. I've done it mowing up under the tree, and I see this branch and I try to move it out of the way, and the next thing you know, it comes and whacks me. Whack. That's what I Y'all who are not uh, members of our group on Facebook, I posted a couple of days ago that my coffee pot wouldn't work anymore. My Keurig wouldn't work. And I tried the vinegar on that, and I tried everything I could to see if that would fix it. Yeah, where is Jackie? And I couldn't fix it. So I posted for them to read. I figured I had nothing to lose. So I went in there and I took that coffee pot and I whacked it on that big old cast iron sink. I just gave it a couple of whacks, good whacks. And y'all, whatever was in there, living in there, and I didn't know it, dislodged it. And then I found out through that same group that Diane did the same thing. She went in there that morning to get her coffee and her thing wouldn't work. So she saw my post and she went in there and whacked her coffee pot and she said it worked. So remember that. Oh, well, yeah. I don't know very many people that have never been on Facebook. I know there's a lot of people saying, y'all need to get off that Facebook. You need to deactivate your account. I enjoy Facebook. And when Bobby was so sick, it was a good way for me to give updates to family and friends as to how he was uh, doing. Yeah, Darlene. Well, yeah. You don't have to hire anybody to fix your coffee pot. You just whack it. I like I like Facebook. I like Facebook. I enjoy it. And like I said, you whacked it. Yes, a whack, a good whack, and that saved it. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do we have to lose, Diane? We couldn't fix it. We're going to have to throw it away and buy another one, so we might as well just give it a good whack. Anyway, Facebook. Yes, I enjoy Facebook because, uh, well, me too, Connie. I look at it every morning. I like to see the memories, the memory thing that pops up from what happened a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. Yes, Becky, you can. Yeah, Rose. Exactly. Really, Darlene. Well, this was a gift from a subscriber, so I didn't buy it. Somebody bought it for me, and I love it. It's red, and it's just I love it. It's a skinny one of those skinny ones. And sometimes I don't make coffee with it. Sometimes I need the hot water for my Russian tea or something, so I can do that. What are you doing, Miss T? Something popped up. I don't know what it was. Oh, ads. Y'all got an ad. Some of you got an ad. Sorry. Well, it's kind of scary, Diane, because something's down in there and it lodged in there and it kept the water from going through or whatever. But now it's still in there somewhere. It's just in another part of the coffee pot of the Keurig. So it's in there, and that's kind of scary. We have really bad water, a lot of calcium buildup and stuff like that in our water. And my ice maker has already gone out because of bad water. And Brian's ice maker went out not too long ago, and he's had to have his dishwasher uh, a new one of those because of the water. It does calcium buildup all over. It's awful. No telling what it's doing to our bodies. Yeah, and I have an old fashioned percolator too. I remember when they would, the little top was glass, and the coffee would pop up in there. Beep 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 beep. I like those. Sometimes I like a big pot of coffee, so I can just go in there and pour coffee. It all depends on the date. Yes, Chris, I am. You're here. I just haven't posted a video this week, Chris. I'm gonna start back in next week. But I had to do my live because I think I missed last week's live. Well, and that same one, Annette. Okay, Chris. Oh, nice, Darlene. Darlene, my husband was too. He could fix anything but a car. He couldn't fix cars. He's done plumbing, electrical. He's built rooms onto our houses, a couple of houses we had. He's done the roof. Uh, I mean, man, the man could do anything. I've never heard of it, Connie. Oh, neat, Annette. Great. Keurig doesn't have very strong coffee, Diane, and I kind of miss that taste. Sometimes it's almost like you're just drinking dark water. It's not it's not very strong. Larkin. His name is Larkin. I have never heard that name before. I like it. He's special, Darlene, isn't he? He's special. Has a special name and can do anything. I have never heard of egg coffee. It's kind of scary. Me too, Connie. I love that name. Yep, LA. I mean, he's installed. You remember when we had landline phones, and he's installed landline plugs all over the house and put up ceiling fans and all kinds of stuff. A, a, Aladra, Alidra, and I can't even say that other one. Anesi, interesting, huh? You know, all of my siblings had middle names, but I don't. I was not given a middle name. And I know that's odd because most everybody has a middle name. A niece. It's called a niece, of course. That makes sense. I don't think my mother did either. Now that I'm thinking about it. Huh. So she took her maiden name and added it as a middle name, is what she did. And sometimes I do that too. Depends. Mary Ellen, huh? Mary Ellen. Huh. I wouldn't mind being Mary Catherine. A Mary Catherine. Diane. You don't have a middle name either, huh? Well, what? I don't know what would go with Diane. You can't be Diane Ann. Diane. See, I can't. It's got a flow, you know. Mary Ellen. I don't know why she didn't name me something like Mary ain't. No, not Mary Ann. Then I'd be a Mary Ann. I don't want to be a Mary Ann. Diane Elizabeth. That's nice. Reminds me of the Queen, which I did not watch anything royal this week. Nothing at all. I don't know why. I just didn't. So here's our weekly Queen picture. Look how beautiful she was. Wasn't she gorgeous? That's in her coach. That beautiful gold coach. Wearing that crown on her head. She had to practice wearing that crown because it was so heavy. But there she is. There's the Queen today. She was beautiful, wasn't she? Oh, yes, she was. Let me tell you, Philip, when he was younger, oh my gosh, when he first married her, he was handsome. Oh my. Well, y'all, let me tell you something. So I went to the Home Depot last week. Yeah, ought to, Becky. Just call myself that. So I was at Home Depot. I'm looking at paint. And there's this man, and he was right there with his cart right next to me. And he was wanting to look at paint too. So he looked at paint, I looked at paint, and he started talking. He was real friendly, super friendly man. For a minute, I forgot I was 76 years old. For a minute, I was 30. Hi, Susan. You know what I'm saying? I was seeing through my 30-year-old eyes. That was one good looking son of a gun. I am telling you, he was good looking. He had a dark beard on. Yeah, my Bobby was. Thank you, Connie. He was a hunk. But this guy, everywhere I went, he was there. He pushed, eventually, we'd face one another with our carts. Prince Philip was good looking anyway. So I snapped out of that from real quick. I'm like, remember, you are 76 years old. That man probably was younger than my son. But boy, was he good looking. And I have not seen anybody in many, many years that I thought was really, truly a head turner, somebody you really enjoy looking at, except for him. So, oh, to be, I don't know, for 50 years younger, or 40 years younger. He was a good looking dude, that's for sure. It's funny. I don't think William looks like Prince Philip. I don't know why. I just don't. And where did they get their? Oh, I know now, Charles. I started to say, where did they get their their baldness from? Because I noticed that Harry is pretty much bald on the back of his head. It's like he set something there and pulled all the hair off. I don't. I just don't. And I think there are certain things they do that they look like their mother for sure, especially William. She has this little putting her head down and looking up, sort of, and a little sweet smile. And I've seen him side by side picture of her and him, and they look an awful lot alike. But Philip, he was really a nice looking man for sure. But then, you know, Elizabeth was beautiful. Me too, Darlene. Probably so, Connie. You're probably right. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. No, Becky, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. There's a lot of speculation about that. A lot of stories. She's right, Diane. I don't know what happened to that woman. She had it made, man, and look what she did. Now she's making dog biscuits, trying to sell dog biscuits, and that's not working out. You know, somebody's suing her. Somebody is actually suing her. Yes, I remember Dr. Ruth. What do you mean? She's passed. Listen, she's been old for years. How old was she? Do you know, Rose? Does it say? 96. Oh my gosh. Okay. Same age as the Queen when she died. 96 years old, Dr. Ruth. I remember her. She's on these talk shows. She's on a lot of talk shows. Me too, Rose. Yeah, she was in it. She's not now, Becky. She's not now. I didn't know either. I hadn't heard anything about her in a long time, or Richard Simmons either. There is a documentary about where is Richard Simmons. Y'all remember him? I remember when I was taking care of my mother, and she was in her hospital bed in her bedroom. I'd get in there in the morning and take her breakfast to her, and then I would turn the TV on, and I would turn it to Richard Simmons. You know, he had a television show, and he had a long white couch, and there were uh, stuffed teddy bears all across that couch. Like some people would have pillows. He had teddy bears. And I turned it on for my mother to watch. And she said, "Why am I having to watch Richard Simmons every day?" I said, "Because it's a happy show, Mother. It's a happy show." But she's, "Well, I'm having to watch Richard Simmons every day." I'm getting back at you, Mother. That's what it is. I know, Becky, isn't it? Uh-huh. Yes. Rose, Luke, and Laura. I remember them. Connie. I'm getting back at her is what I was doing for all the rotten things she did. Made her watch Richard Simmons. Oh, let me tell you something else. Several years ago, Bobby and I went to a funeral, and it was a funeral. We knew the family well. And so the family was all sitting on the front row, and we were about 6 rows back, Bobby and I. And I saw the back of this man's head who was in the family on the front row. And he had the worst haircut I'd ever seen in my whole life, y'all. It was atrocious. And Bobby's a barber, so I mean I noticed hair. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for coming in. So all of a sudden, this lady next to me, who I did not know, punched me in the side and leaned over and said, "Look at that comb over." And I sat there, and I knew who she was talking about. I knew exactly. It's a guy with awful hair. So thank you, Jennifer. So here's what I did. I whispered, "That's my brother." She straightened up. She never said another word. Now, y'all, okay, that was probably mean of me, but it was mean of her to say that, because what if it had been my brother? So I bet she won't ever say that again to anybody. That's my brother. Mm. Far worse. Connie, at the back of your neck where your hair starts, he he started back there and combed it all up this way. You know what I'm talking about? Like if I took my hair right now and pulled it all the way up over the top of my head, that's what it looked like. So I got I was tickled about that. Bless her heart. Yeah. Well, she learned a lesson that day, maybe. Huh? Maybe she won't talk about people like that at a funeral. Connie. Well, and I told my Bobby afterward, he said, I can't, he started to say, I can't believe you did that, but he knew better. He said, yeah, I don't blame you for doing that. Yeah, it is, LA. I've got one. Y'all just hadn't, y'all don't get to see that side of me very often. Usually when I get a snarky comment on my channel or something like that, you know, that's my brother. So maybe she won't ever do that. Maybe she didn't ever do that again after that. He wasn't my brother, of course, but he was my math teacher when I was in junior high. So that's how I knew who she was talking about. Anyway, sometimes you got to teach people, you know. Sometimes you got to. La, do you think you got your? I don't know if it's a computer. You use your computer or do you use your phone to chat? A lot of people use their phones. I can't do that, y'all. One thing, my fat fingers, probably so, Diane. Mm, yep, yep, probably so. Lots of trouble. My fingers are too fat for those little small town people have better manners. maybe, maybe so. But my fingers won't do the keys to type, you know, and uh, and I can't do like Brian. Brian does this two fingered stuff, you know, tap 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 tap. I cannot do that to save my life. And I was very good at typing, but I'm not good on my phone. Oh no, LA. Well, at least you can log in. I don't think I could do that. I have to have a larger screen than your phone. Yes, Carol, you're here. You're here. Did y'all see a premiere before you came in today? There's a new thing that YouTube is doing, and you can set this little whatever video you want to. Yeah, there is, Diane. You can put a little video on it from, I think it's 15 seconds to up to 3 minutes. So I put my East Texas on there, you know, my intro that I like so much. And you're supposed to see that before you even get into the chat. So I was wondering if it was working or not. If it doesn't work, there's no sense in doing it. Good morning, Albina. Better late than never, my dear. You're here. Been on the road. I can't scroll back up, that's for sure. Oh shoot, Peggy. It's supposed to be an intro before you actually get to the live chat, or it's possible that the intro shows up until till I press the like go live button, and then it doesn't show up. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I've not seen anybody anywhere do it. There's not a whole lot of lives around anymore. I don't know, Connie. I can't imagine where she is. This is the first time in a long time that, first of all, she hadn't been here or she hadn't said that she wasn't going to be here. 85. It is, I can't even see where my temperature is. 80, 83. It's 83 here for now. The nail clip lady comes at, yeah, I think once the live stream starts, Peggy, you won't see that anymore. No, well, they should tell us. She does want to. Okay, Darlene, thank you for coming in. In my prayers, my sweet Darlene. Remember that. I hope you can have a better week. Yep, it's already. You did, Annette, huh? Well, there's a lot of, I have a lot of people that live up near you, Becky. A lot of New Jersey people. Isn't that strange? There's quite a few New Jersey folks. I see LL Jean's not here today either. She's always here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be working outside today. I might. I gotta go pick up my thyroid medicine at the pharmacy after I close off the live. I've been down there 3 times already this week. You'd think that they didn't have it ready. But it's okay. I can go through the drive-through. We have a drive-through window. They are doing great, Albina. They get along really well. Uh, Miss Key, I saw Miss Key kind of licking Pumpkin's head the other day. They're sweet to one another. 90, huh? Minnesota. But, who wouldn't love little Pumpkin Head, y'all? She's the sweetest thing. And we've gone through about a month now of me teaching her, trying to talk her into not biting her mama. So she'll start to bite, and then I'll say, no bite, mama, no bite. And she'll stop. So she's never given me a big, chunky bite before. Well, Annette, right now I'm in this thing where my my blood work shows that I need something either higher or lower. And so what they're doing is she's doing changing my medications, not the actual name of the medication, but the dosage. And that's the problem. And so my thyroid gets out of whack. There's that word, gets out of whack. And then she has to change the dosage. And also with my blood pressure medicine. I cannot seem to be getting the normal range anymore, y'all. I am out of sight, awful uh, with my. Okay, Diane, thank you, dear. Don't get too hot today. Hi, Sheila. Oh, I did too, Sheila. I did. We had, I don't even know how many inches of rain we had, but there were a lot of roads washed down around here and a lot of downed power lines and, um, the thing that goes with everything that goes with the bad storms. We had all of it. But now Houston really had it bad. They had flooded homes, flooded businesses, flooded cars, a lack of power. It's been awful. Yes, awful. But y'all, Houston always floods. If there's any place in the whole world I would never move to, it'd be Houston. Everybody knows Houston floods every year, sometimes more than once, you know. So I don't know why people would deliberately want to live in a place where every single year their homes flood. And imagine the insurance costs. Oh, Sheila. Yeah, that's hot. I don't think it's supposed to hit. It's 83 here right now. Uh-oh, more hurricanes. Burl. Burl was pretty bad. Oh, that scared me. Message. What's the message? Oh, okay. That's my sweet Darlene sending me the link to the handheld chainsaw. Thank you, Darlene. It's very nice of you. Well, yeah, I'm doing the best I can for sure. Unfortunately, now that the mobile home has been torn down, there's a lot of yard work to do. That's always a mess when you tear a complete house down or something like that. It always leaves a mess. And I've got to get that cleaned up. There you are, LL Jean. Yeah, I had someone tell me a while ago that y'all are getting rain up there, which you may have needed. But I wondered about you. I didn't see you this morning. I need to start, I guess, in advance. Well, here's the problem. I don't put in advance too much that I'm going to have a live because I never know from one day to the next if I'm going to be sick or if I'm going to have something I got to do or whatever. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you. I can understand that, Peggy. This Burl, we had Katrina that came through many in 2005, did a lot of damage in my area. And then the next one that was really, really bad, I can't exactly I can't exactly remember the name of that one. Harvey. Harvey came through and it sat over Houston. I mean, it stalled over Houston and then it stalled over East Texas, and that's where there were flooding, there were casualties. Uh, it was a mess. It was awful. It came right through Texas. And people are probably saying, well, Mary, I don't know how you can stand living in a place where you get flooding all the time or you get uh, tornadoes because, on tornadoes, you don't get much notice. That night that we had all those tornadoes, nine 9 tornadoes and 2 on the ground. And that was not far from me at all. And there was quite a bit of damage in places from straight line winds. And here I am in this little house. Y'all, let me tell you, funniest thing, usually when we have bad storms like that and we have tornado warnings and all that stuff, I get so nervous and upset I can hardly stand it. I'll either go in the bathroom or go in that back laundry room back there. There's no windows. Get my dogs and stuff. I didn't do that this time. I didn't. I sat in my chair and I watched TV until, thinking I'll watch it uh, until we lose power, but we never lost power. The funniest thing, I'm like, okay, this is probably going to sound stupid to you, but if it's my time to go, I'm going to go no matter where I am or what part of my house or anything else. If it's my time to go, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it anyway, so I don't need to go crazy over it. It just didn't matter. I'm just, okay. I wasn't afraid. I totally was not afraid. I was anxious about it somewhat because of all my cats, but I wasn't anxious because of me. It's the strangest thing. It was like it was just a calm that I had, and I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna go on with my life and carry on as usual. And if it blows my house away and me in it, what am I going to do? Nothing. There's nothing you can do if you're in a house and a tornado comes and flattens it. I can't fix it. I can't fix it beforehand. So I don't know, Connie. I've been afraid of storms all my life. My grandmother did that to me. I don't know where they went, Joy. I assume they went up under my porch, the porch that I fixed for them. I assume they went under that. It's not wet under there. It's dry and safe, and that's probably where they went. But I have been afraid of storms all my life because of my grandmother. And all of a sudden, when we had all these tornadoes the other night, and I did sit and I was glued to the TV to our local meteorologist. I was glued to it, yes, but I didn't get my purse and put it under my arm, and I didn't, I just didn't. It was like, okay, yes, Becky, that was a bad one. Yeah, I don't like that, Annette. Lightning, and then comes the thunder, and when it thunders like that, it shakes the whole house, and it scares my Thule, and the cats in here hide. Me too, Carol, and I've got some. I've got some big ones around here, but remember, I think it was last year, the insurance company made me hire somebody to cut the branches away from, you know, the house. And so I don't have branches exactly, although I have a huge catawba tree out here right at my bedroom window. And that sucker, if it fell, it would fall right on my house. But, I don't know. I just wasn't afraid. I don't know how come. I just wasn't. We have them here. Well, we don't have sinkholes. We don't have sinkholes here. But we have bad roads that you'd think were a sinkhole. Maybe, Sheila, are you in Florida? Isn't it Florida that gets all the sinkholes, y'all? Swallows whole houses and people with them. There's a YouTube video of a man, I think he was in Florida. He was asleep in his room in his own bed. Next thing you know, the whole house part of it just starts going down. And his other brother was in the living room, and he looked down in this hole, the bed and all, y'all, and looked down in there, and his brother had totally disappeared. It was so far down in there. They were never able to recover his body. So they had to fill that hole over, and now that thing is starting to sink again. Have y'all ever seen that video? Of course, it doesn't show him sinking down in there, but it tells the story of it, and then shows the sinkhole. It was huge. They put fences around it and all that stuff and condemned that property. You did, Annette? Interesting. You know, YouTube has every subject you could ever want. I mean, they have true crime. They have, uh, uh, gardening and cooking and fixing things. And there's always somebody who knows a quick hack to fix something. And they have movies. YouTube's fantastic. I swear, I seldom watch anything else but YouTube. Yeah, Annette. You did, Rose? I know. Are you, Sheila? I haven't watched CNN in a long time. I don't have cable anymore. I just completely cut my cable because, thank you, Carol. That's sweet of you. Me too, Connie. I've been watching YouTube. Oh, let me tell you. There's a movie called Washington Square. Now, if you ever watched The Heiress with Olivia de Havilland and um, Montgomery Cliff, it was called The Heiress. Set back in Victorian times in Washington Square, New York. Well, this is a remake, and it has Jennifer Jason Leigh in it, I think, as the main character. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie, and I watched it years ago, and I've been looking for it again because I love to watch that movie anytime I can because I like it so much. I'd rather watch the original with Olivia de Havilland, but you get what you get. Anyway, the other day, honest to God, I was watching a zombie movie, and I moved my little cursor down, and it said Washington Square. Oh my, LA. It's a beautiful movie. It really is. But this is the same movie, but of course, new characters and a little bit of a different storyline. It's called Washington Square, and it's on YouTube. And that's what I was saying. I was watching a zombie movie, and I looked down. It said Washington Square, and I'm going, they got it again. So it's weird what YouTube does. Sometimes they will put a movie on there, and then in a couple of weeks or so, it'll be gone. Then the next thing you know, somebody else has put it on there, and I'm wondering if maybe they're gone because it was copyrighted and maybe YouTube removes it or something. But while it's there, if you're interested in that kind of a thing, it's about a very rich heiress who's has a very not a good not a good father. She's living with her father, and she meets this young man at a party, and I hate to give it away. I don't know how to tell it without. anyway, he professes his love for her and all this kind of stuff. And the father is skeptical because she is going to be very rich. And it's a great movie. You might like it. And the clothes are fabulous. The dresses. Yeah, yeah. Take care of yourself too, Sheila. Thank you for coming in. Bye bye and have a good weekend. Connie, that was very interesting. Bye bye, Carol. Okay. See you soon. It's very interesting about the daughter. She was actually the most beautiful of the Kennedy daughters. But Kennedys were not exactly gorgeous people, y'all. Let's face it. But Rosemary was the most beautiful of the daughters for sure. And he had that done to her and didn't tell his wife. Okay, Annette, thanks for coming in. Bye bye, Carol. Bye bye, Annette. But he never even told his wife that he had had that lobotomy done to her. They just put her away in a facility. And from what I understand, the mother only visited her a couple of times until the day she passed away. Yes, Connie, that's what it was. They they were they didn't want anyone knowing that they had a child that had disabilities. Yeah, Rosemary was beautiful. She really was gorgeous. There's a very long uh, series on YouTube about the Kennedys. I think it's called the Kennedys, but it was, what do you call those things? Sequel, serial on TV years ago, many years ago, and now it's on YouTube. It's many, many hours long. It's really good. It starts from where Rose Kennedy meets. Uh, what's his name? What's the dad's name, y'all? The Kennedy father, for heaven's sake. Joe? Yeah, maybe. I can't believe I don't know. Anyway, it starts back when they first got married and goes through the birth of Joseph. Yes, thank you very much. Goes through the birth of every one of their children, and then the politics comes in, and then, the assassinations and all that. It's a really, really good. It's not a documentary, but it is in a way. But of course they use actors to portray all the people. So, but it's great if you want to watch it too. It's on there. But I cannot think of anybody that's in it at this moment. In case you want to look it up, you just have to hunt it. Then there's a lot of Jackie Kennedy movies um, and documentaries on her. Really good ones. They had a lot of hair, Albina. Thick, thick hair. My Bobby had a lot of thick hair. Joseph. Joseph's and Gloria Swanson were fond of one another. It's the best way I can put it. Yeah, they were. He was a rounder, as my daddy would say, a rounder. So, well, y'all, we've been here an hour and 10 minutes. And so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to change clothes because I've got this lady coming in a little bit to take care of my Tuli, and I'm changing out the curtains in my bedroom and right here. I had curtains over there in that house that were beautiful and they were expensive. And somehow those people managed to break all the curtain rods, pull the curtains down. There were swags, they pulled those down. Uh, and I'm not going to. And so I went over there the other day and I got those curtains and I brought them over here and I washed them and folded them and I'm going to hang them over here. I'm not going to put my expensive curtains in a rent property anymore. Bye bye, LA. I'll take some strawberry pie when you get it done. Let me know. Okay, you too, Rose. Thank you for coming in. So that's what I'm going to do today, y'all. I'm going to hang my new curtains up, new to me in this house. They've never been in this house. That's what I'm going to do. So, y'all, thank you all for coming in today. I appreciate you so much. And if you have not joined our Facebook group, it's called My Simple Cottage Life, Friends and Family. To you also, Nelda. And I'd love for you to join it. There's a couple of questions to answer the questions. It's not, you know, rocket science, and some people don't answer the questions at all, and then I have to decline their membership. I'm so sorry, but that's what I have to do. You too, Albina. So y'all go join our group, and I think you'll like it. Yes, Chris, I'm on that my group, and you're a member of that group too, Chris. Okay, so I'm still there. In fact, I posted on that group this morning. Bye bye, Joy. Bye, Becky. Bye, Chris, Albina, Betty, Nelda, Connie, Rose. All of y'all, thank you so much for coming in. Have a great weekend. And as always, I hope God is good to you today. See you soon. Bye bye.